What's up, fellas? I was watching a movie the other day, and I wanted to do this dual com with Hutch, but, Hutch was kind of busy this weekend. Big ups to Hutch. But it's late. We just got done with Painkiller already, so excuse me if this is very informal. But, you ever seen the movie Cameron Diaz? It's called The Box. And in this movie, her and her husband get a proposition to... Basically, they have to press a button. It's like a big red press me button. And once they press that button, they get $1 million USD. So the first thing they think about is, who's it going to be? The guy didn't want to tell him anything. All he says is, nobody that you know. That's the inclination. Nobody that you know. Do you press that button? So I was just thinking to myself, what are the provocations of pressing that button? Obviously, $1 million is a good chunk of change. It is. $1 million, a lot of money. But can you live with yourself? Like, who is that button killing? What if that button kills like a dad taking a baseball team to like the minor league playoffs, and he ends up careening and killing 9 other people, or that kind of situation? What if that button, I don't know. I like to put myself in a position that, what if that button would kill me? Like, would I want somebody to press that button so eagerly for $1 million? And that comes to the idea of, do I value human life over money? And that's a hard question to ask, realistically. The first inclination that you're going to do is just basically be like, well, yeah, I'm going to press the button. I don't give a fuck about him. That's about the same heartlessness that you would go through as like if you walk past a wreck and somebody was having the white sheet put over your face. You feel kind of sorry for him, but hey, at least it wasn't me. And like, I want to say that I wouldn't be that person. But at the same time, $1 million would solve a lot of my problems. Not your problem. And I'd have to fight with myself about it. I think what I would end up doing, realistically, what I would end up doing is try to take the button out of my sight altogether. Like, just do away with it. Take the box, put it up into a closet, close the door. But even then, I know I'd lay in bed thinking about that button. And it's almost like you have to press it in that mannerism. You have to press the button because it's going to eat at you. Because, one, it's a button that you're not supposed to press. 2, it's $1 million. Every time you have a problem, you're like, oh, shit. It's like, damn, water bill again? If I only press that button, I wouldn't be paying these damn water bills. You know, that kind of line of thinking comes along. And, like, eventually, do you get fed up and press the button? I don't know. Would you guys press that button if you had the chance? Let's take it a whole different route. What if you press that button and, I don't know, an island disappears? You know, a beautiful island, sandy water. Only thing that lives on is like birds, some insects, no snakes, because I don't know if snakes live on islands. I'm unsure. Just regular wildlife lived on the island, but boom, all that wildlife is gone. Everything that lived on that island is zapped out of the universe. Let's say a comet comes, well, not a comet, let's say a lightning bolt comes and boom, boom, the island's gone. Well, what do you do now? Would you press the button now? Since there's no longer a human aspect with it. Now all you're killing is animals. And I've killed animals before in my life. I think I could press the button on animals. I do. And is that a conditioning that what society has told me to do? Like, society has told me it's bad to kill humans, so naturally I feel bad for killing humans, but I can kill an animal really, really good. Is that a signify that life is sacred? Well, anybody that's followed me a long time knows that I don't consider life sacred whatsoever. The only people that make life sacred are other people. I think George Carlin said it best. I mean, if you watch PK, you've heard this before. George Carlin said it best. What's John Wayne's opinion on life being sacred? How about Leonardo da Vinci? What's Mussolini's take on life being sacred? Nothing. You know why it's nothing? Because they're fucking dead. Dead. It goes something like that. It might not be 100% correct, but he's right. People that life being sacred, it's kind of bullshit. I mean, there's 7 billion of us. I mean, something being sacred can't be sacred when it's that abundant. There's a lot of things there's not 7 billion of them. I mean, think about it. There's not 7 billion cars. There's not I don't know. There's other things I can't list. There's not 7 billion of. There's probably not 7 billion computers in the world. That's a lot of fucking. There's a lot of stuff that's not 7 billion. So how is that not sacred? Technically, a computer would be more sacred. Hell, a barrel of bourbon whiskey would be more sacred than humans because it's rarer. Something being sacred, in my eyes, would be something that's one of a kind, something unique, something that you just can't replace. Like an old... Well, you can kind of replace that. You just can't replace the nostalgia feel. I was going to say an old Victorian home would kind of be in the lines of something sacred, something you can't replace. But you can replace that. What is something that you couldn't replace? The Liberty Bell. You can't replace the Liberty Bell. Thus, the Liberty Bell would be sacred. And a lot of people might think I'm using the word sacred wrong, but I'm actually using the word sacred to be someone that's revered, or revered, which basically means to be honored. You can honor the Liberty Bell, but basically because of the heritage itself. That's how it fits into this scheme. But, you know, somebody's probably already hit up the comment section to try to make them feel like they're a better person than me because of that. I mean, pish tosh, who cares? Fuck you. But you kind of see what I'm saying. How can you honor life when life generally does dishonorable things? How can you honor life when life is generally very abundant? And I just don't see it like that. But why? So back to the original question: why am I having so much trouble killing a human, where I wouldn't have so much trouble destroying land? I don't know. I get attached to things easily. I do. Like, if I knew the land, like if it was like, I don't know, my grandma's land or something like that, I probably couldn't do it again. I think the real truth, when it all breaks down to us, people are naturally just territorial. So we only really care about what's around us. And yes, if you find a puppy, you care about the puppy. If another puppy somewhere in the world dies, you don't care about the puppy somewhere else in the world dies. So I think the question in itself doesn't matter in itself, because it's a circumstance that very few people will ever be put in. Do you want overall dominance of something in the world? Do you want to decide the fate of something in the world? Do you feel that you are a mighty power that can actually judge something without actually ever seeing it? I feel like in the long run, you always press the button. I don't care who you are. I think that button gets pressed in every scenario. You could look at me and be like, "Ooh, I'm a better person than you because I decided not to press the button." Well, you decided not to press the button now. Who's to say that you don't press the button 2 years from now? Who's to say something in life doesn't happen that brings you to the point that you're willing to press the button? You don't believe that can happen? Well, let's look at it a different way. I have no desire to kill a human being at this point in my life. Zero. None. What would cause me to want to kill a human being? If someone was to beat my brother to death in front of my eyes, I would be ready to kill a human being. If someone was to, I don't know, shoot my dog in front of me, I'd be ready to kill a human being. There's circumstances that would make me break the chain of command that I'm in, the chain of thought that I'm in now, for another chain of thought. Self-perseverance would be one of these. It'd be ready to do this. The same thing could happen with the button. You have the option of $1 million at any time. All you have to do is forfeit somebody else's life. How can you look there and be like, yeah, never touching that button? Because what happens if you need that $1 million to save your mama's house? All of a sudden, somebody that's important to you is being ill-affected by money, and you have the ability to fix that. Do you sacrifice somebody else's life to fix that? I don't know. That's the true question. What do you guys think about this commentary? It was supposed to be meant to be a dual com so I could ask more people, but I kind of filled it out. And if you notice, the gameplay was really close. Thank you for listening to my video. It's been your boy, Wings of Redemption.